bit that is gone, but
it's more comparing it to Sonic.
Talk about later on in this video.
Another animal detection been working pretty well on the birds that we.
You sort of put it onto your phone. You open.
Track at all.
All the cool kids wear their hats backward. Lumix S5 in 2023. 5 reasons to pick one up. So here we go. First reason for the S5 is pro body. The S5 has a professional body. It's weather sealed, has a dual card slot. It has things like the little joystick on the back here. I mean, this is all pro stuff. Get off my face. Yeah, the joystick on the back is a really good button layout. Red record button on the top. It's right by there. So there's no mistaking where the record button is. Really good feel, good ergonomics. You know, it's a solid professional camera body. Number 2, Ibis. Panasonic are very good with their Ibis, which is in-body image stabilization. You could argue pretty better with the Micro Four Thirds cameras from Panasonic, but then they have a smaller sensor, so kind of makes sense. But nevertheless, the S5 has very good Ibis. Ibis is a very handy technology to have in your camera. You know, I've been on shoots before where I need to be quick, but I want to get some nice smooth shots. And Ibis comes in handy for those moments. Also for photography, if you really want to slow that shutter down to get more light onto the sensor, you can do that without sacrificing sharpness of the image. And you get some really cool slow shutter shots with this without needing a tripod. So the Ibis in the S5 is good and very, very useful. Another good reason to pick up the S5, it does shoot up to 180 frames per second. So if you want some slow motion, you can do that with the S5. Now bear in mind, the 180 frames per second in the S5 is HD, and the 4K 60 you get in the S5 is 10-bit, but it has a 1.5 APS-C crop. So you need to bear those things in mind, but those aside, it can shoot up to 180 frames per second. So you've got some good options there in regards to frame rates. Number 4, you have professional tools in the S5. Things like focus peaking, shutter angle, the red box tally lights, which you get when you hit record, I think is absolutely fantastic. Really useful tools for videographers. And also for photo, you have things like 6K photo mode and high resolution mode. And high resolution mode is a fantastic bit of technology, very useful for product photography and even some landscape. Number 5 is picture profiles. Now in the S5, you have a fair few options in terms of picture profiles. You have anything from natural, so you want something that's going to be, you can just shoot and it looks nice and off you pop in terms of photo or video. Then you have Cine like D, which is a bit more of a, you've got a bit more room with that profile to do a little bit of grading in post-production if you want to. And then you have Vlog, which is a very professional picture profile. So if you really want to get into that grade and that style of the image in terms of video, then you can with Vlog. Personally, I think Vlog is probably the best log profile out there. Easy to use, those are really nice LUTs to get a nice Rec 709 look. So Vlog and the other picture profiles is another really good reason to get the Lumix S5 or to stick with the S5. I got 2 bonuses for you as well, and they are 6K RAW external recording. You can shoot RAW externally with the S5 straight out of the box. Now with the S5 Mark II, you need to pay for the upgrade in order to do this, but with the S5, it's a cheaper option and you're getting RAW out of the box. So that's a really good reason to pick up the S5 or to stick with the S5. Another good reason to potentially pick up the S5 or to stick with your S5 is the fact that you're getting very good image quality. And the image quality is no different to the S5 Mark II, and the S5 image quality is, I think, one of the best out there for the price range. So the S5, you can get really stunning images out of this camera. So another 2 reasons, bonus reasons, to pick up the S5 or to stick with your S5. So guys, what do you think about this video? Am I selling you the S5? Am I convincing you to keep your S5? I personally am not selling my S5 to upgrade to an S5 Mark II. Very happy with mine. What do you think of the list? Is there anything you'd change, anything you'd add, anything you would contest? Are you thinking about selling your S5? Is there other options which you think are better than the S5? Again, this is all very subjective and people have different needs and wants. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Please leave those comments in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you and goodbye.